Hello guys, please subscribe, like and share. Today we will react to Moist Critical's review of One Piece after finishing. It took him 5 years, which is crazy. It took me only like a year. I binge watched the whole shit, man. I might be a bit different, but let's check it out. He's been in like a cycle of he started hating it at the beginning and started enjoying during Water 7. I think he had like a whole journey of releasing like his own perspective and his own ideas of certain points of One Piece. I think he hated Fistman, but we'll move on from there. Well, let's start with the video actually.
Coming up on a very special
Like the video, audio's fine, everything's good. Okay, let's go.
5-year anniversary for a personal journey of mine.
You
If
just
it
found it.
was alcoholism, I'd be getting a chip
Okay, that's crazy.
for this achievement
Good
right
start
now,
to the
but
video.
I'm receiving a very different kind of gift for it. First, I need to ask though, what have you done for 5 years straight with unwavering discipline and gusto? Mewing?
Well, what I did, I was sleep and waste my childhood kind of thing. That's what I've been doing for 5 years straight.
Maybe? Yeah, and what do you have to show for it, tough guy? You still got that soft
Depression, that's what I was so for.
chin. What about jelking? You a big jelker?
What the hell is
Spent the
that?
last 5 years in the laboratory desperately trying to put a few inches on that pathetic little meteors?
Okay, sure.
Well, what if I told you that 5 years could have been better spent doing what I was doing?
What?
Watching One Piece
Oh
from
my god.
start
W take.
to current. Over
Yeah.
1,100 episodes. Please hold your applause. I'm no hero.
Man, yeah. Man, you've even you know how long people take to like, finish One Piece in general. Like I've seen a lot of Twitter posts and all that. It took years to like complete the first the first arc. Yeah, that's tough watch for some people. I loved Arlong Park, um, Baratie. I love those two arcs, but some people just struggle to watch it. I just love world building in general, so it might be different from other people. So if there's like fun worlds, fun locations, I can deal with kind of low points of the series. I don't even think that's a low point. I think that's one of the better points of the series.
I just did what I thought needed to be done to finally stop getting bombarded with the question of why I didn't like One Piece. I started this journey
Yeah.
5 years ago, which feels like the blink of an eye now in the grand scheme of my One Piece journey,
Okay.
because I had tried numerous times to get into it and just never
Yeah, it takes a lot of like. There's a lot of celebrities online. It just takes like you can't be a One Piece fan without having attention span and like actual like you can stick with one thing for a long period of time. You have to be able to have those abilities to be a One Piece fan because oh my god, it's been years. I've been weekly reading, weekly watching anime, manga, and I've been watching other series, but this one requires a lot of attention.
fell in love with it. But every time I would stream, I'd always be getting the question about, "What's wrong with you, Charles? You got to screw loose
Yeah, he has it wrong.
to not like One Piece." So I started it out of spite, and I got to tell you, sports fans, the first year or so of that journey, for the first like 200 to 300 episodes, were brutal.
That is the general public's opinion of One Piece. If you can't get through the first 100 or 200 episodes of the series, then I'm sorry, but it might not be for you. It no, actually, you might have forced yourself into like some series like take a long time to enjoy. Some series just get good at the beginning and then fall off at the end. Game of Thrones, but in general, it takes a lot of attention for One Piece, man. It just takes. I enjoyed it, but some people have different
Trying
opinions.
to stay awake watching those arcs was
Fair.
a more difficult
Man, that first buggy, I might have stopped watching after the buggy arc, man. That was horrendous.
boss battle than trying to kick a heroin addiction. It was tough. But I pushed through, I persisted, and I've been giving you steady updates like once a year since, because after about 300 episodes, I did
300 episodes, crazy, man. Okay, fair.
fall in love with One Piece. Experts
Fair
may
point.
call it Stockholm Syndrome. I call
Yeah.
it just objective improvements in the show itself. And I understand in the manga, everyone always says this, the pacing for the earlier arcs is
It's inconsistent sometimes, but it is somewhat better.
It's just
I think
significantly
you know what the ending, the beginning, the anime was good pace, but the afterwards it was horrendous pace. So I think the anime is good at the beginning, but for some kind of reason it doesn't start at the first chapter. It starts like has like a filler like section or something like that, which doesn't make sense to me. I don't know why it did that. It's just dumb as hell, but it is what it is. I can't really do anything about
better in the manga as opposed to the anime. And I imagine they're probably right, but I'd committed to watching the show.
it. Yeah.
And
Okay.
I think once we start getting into like Water 7 territory, the show
Yeah. Water Seven's top tier, man. One of my favorite arcs of all time.
really hits its stride and it maintains that. The show does get a drastic improvement not only in animation but in pacing, and I genuinely think everything in it starts to elevate. So I'm extremely
Yeah, the emotional aspect is what it impacts people normally. So the I Want to Live by Robin and the general the Gordon Mary getting burned, everything that just like emotionally impacts people to a new level. It just kind of like changes the perspective of the whole series. So I understand that.
happy I did push through and catch up with
Yeah,
the
fair.
show because it is extraordinary. So
Yeah, wrong. It is one of the most peakiest show of all time.
now that I'm caught up, I'm just going to give you all of my thoughts kind of like as a all-encompassing debriefing because like I said, I've been giving you yearly.
Um, he's been releasing like videos like every so often, right? So it's like I don't, is it yearly or maybe I was like my attention just kind of like got distracted by other things, but like, I don't know if he actually did it yearly. I think he did it like every so often, every like 6 or 7 months, doesn't matter.
Ish updates on my One Piece progress. But I just want to put a nice little bow on all my thoughts on One Piece as a whole, and I guess I'll get into the nitty gritty here, the spaghetti and meatballs of Egghead specifically, since that's obviously the most recent arc. But anyway, overall,
Egghead is probably my second favorite arc after post time skip. I think Whole Cake Island because of Sanji's arc and the emotional attachment of that to for me, and Whole Cake Whole Cake Island maybe Dressrosa, but I think Egghead is up there, and I think I think my favorite two arcs post time skip are Whole Cake Island and Egghead. Egghead might go number one. I don't know. I might have to review it and reread it, but those are my opinion. Hello, everybody. So today we're going to be watching one Liquid Dawn super fan versus 10 Liquid haters.
I love One Piece, like I said.
Yeah, yeah,
I
bro.
think the show offers some extremely high highs, but with that comes some lows as well. In particular,
Yeah, it's like every show pretty much. You can't really expect. It's like Game of Thrones had low lows during, not low lows, but lows during the actual prime of its series, and then the low lows at the ending, of course. Some series, like Fullmetal Alchemist, has lows, but are considered perfect for some kind of reason. I don't know why. The ending is pretty good, but I don't give a shit if the ending's good or bad. I don't, if the show is not fun or exciting for me, I just don't give a shit.
Fishman Island, that is my least favorite arc in the entire series. I hated that. That
Fishman
was a
Island, that was horrendous. Sanji's whole like nosebleed part of it and everything else, man. I like the ending, like the theme of it, like the racism, the all the no matter what happens, all of our bloods are the same color, so it doesn't matter. But I like the idea, but the execution was horrendous. And the Horde as a villain was also bad.
slog to get through, and I
He
found
didn't really have any impact on the story or impact on me. I just didn't give a shit about him.
so little to like about Fishman Island. And I know I've yapped quite a bit about my disdain for that arc, and I'm not going to go too deep into it here, but just know that shit is poop.
I think it's appropriate.
I do not like the green eggs and ham of Fishman Island. But my
Okay.
favorite arcs are as followed in this order. My favorite arc is Marineford, followed by Innie's Lobby, followed by Dressrosa. And
Dressrosa number 3? What the hell? Oh, he did One Piece, yeah, that makes sense. But like Dressrosa of every arc? Could you not have Annie's Lob? Oh, he did Annie's Lob. Water Seven. Water Seven was peak as hell. Water Seven, Whole Cake Island, Egghead. Like what the hell? Like Annie's Lob? Not like Dressrosa of arcs. I guess maybe Dofi was an amazing villain. The connection with the insanity of Dofi and I guess the build up of everything and then the tournament and everything. Maybe those kind of connect to be his favorite arc reason. I don't know. Was there anything special with Dressrosa in general? I guess every arc is special in general, but like maybe let me hear a specific.
And the more thought I put into it, the harder. But the rest have kind of moved here and there, ebbed and flowed. And I know Dressrosa in particular is a bit of a contentious pick to
Yeah,
be in
pretty
my
much.
top 3 arcs. Worth noting, I watched One Piece, so it cut out a lot of filler,
Yeah, of course. The pacing was horrendous in the actual anime. So
which
hopefully,
Dressrosa was apparently
actually, either One Piece is the best way to actually consume this media because I feel like there's a lot of things missed out or some things skipped out. Okay, let's see.
famous for. I didn't get that experience. I got just a really high quality, very compelling arc that I loved from
Fair play.
start to finish. So
Fair play.
maybe my Dressrosa
Fujitoro was
experience was
amazing.
very different than a normal anime watcher's experience if they watched all the filler and
Yeah, as I'm saying, because people do not like Dressrosa anime, like the birdcage scene and then all the repetition of the flashback was so annoying as hell, man. I was watching anime, I had to skip through it, man. I rewatched it a couple of times here and there, but most of the time when I rewatch it, I'd skip through the flashbacks, the all of the filler parts and stuff like that, the repetition, everything like that. Man, it got to a point that I just kind of wanted to skip the whole arc, but maybe skip to the ending portion where Gear 4, something like that. And of course, I'm going to spoil this because this is a review, of course, but Gear 4 was amazing. The design was a little bit iffy here and there, but the final fight was cool. Dofi and Law's character development and connection was cool as hell. The flashback of Law was emotional as hell, so I understand maybe there's was it was kind of fit for everyone.
stuff. One Piece did an extraordinary job of keeping everything flowing, keeping it moving, and it was
Okay,
great.
that
I
was nice.
really, really like that arc, but I don't think anything will probably ever beat Marineford. I mean, I guess I can't
Yeah, I can't really say that.
say for sure because I don't know where One Piece is going to go, but Marineford was just the culmination of everything that had been building for so long in an extremely satisfying and emotional arc. This arc
Yeah, it was pretty damn. It was so peak fiction. It was such a peak fiction arc, man. We had Whitebeard doing all of his shenanigans. You have Ace's death. You have Luffy, his emotional moment. You have all the whole scale war. Of course, the final war might be better than this, but I don't really expect Oda to get back to his to that bad that Oda had during the arc was like every chapter was important, every chapter was impactful, every chapter was like had like substance and everything like that. I don't think Oda can reach that level back again, but if he does, respect him.
also opened my third eye to a painful revelation that I may not know what the One Piece is yet, but I do know what the one truth is that Mihawk is a fraud.
Oh my god. He knows boss. No, nah. This is crazy. Miyagi is definitely not the strongest source, but yeah.
Mihawk clashed briefly with Vista in the Marineford arc,
he
and it
knows it.
became abundantly
That's a
clear
feature.
that this man might just not be the world's
Yeah.
greatest swordsman. Maybe he's like King from One Punch Man, where everyone just perceives him as this
Oh my god, I can't watch this, man. This is giving me annoying, making me annoyed. I can't watch it. I'm sorry.
even in like the current
This is making me annoyed
landscape
though.
of things. My most controversial take on One Piece is that Sabo is genuinely a fanfic character that you
Yeah, that's a rare opinion. Like, I guess people just like Sabo because of Ace. That's odd the reason, man. Sabo is like a filler character to me. I don't really give a shit about him. He's not any impact. Whenever he comes into the screen, I just think about Ace. That's all I think about, man. Ace is like the prototype, amazing. Sabo is a prototype like, brother that just ran, disappeared, and has come back in order to replace another character that was already impactful and already amazing as a individual character that's sublime for the rest of the story because of his death, of course. But Sabo was unimportant, pretty much mostly.
illiterate, why the fuck couldn't he see pictures in a newspaper?
Yeah, I was gonna say he did really miss a lot of shit.
Sabo might be dead. He's not dead. It's like,
Yeah, that was crazy. But
but
there
I
was a tattoo, of course, but like you can't really explain everything with just tattoo. You can just like name him any name, It could just be anything. Like, it doesn't really matter.
Just don't think it makes a whole lot of sense how we even got to that point with Sabo in the first place is all.
Yeah, pretty
You do
much.
spoilers for Egghead since it's still fresh. I'll try
Yeah,
and
you can do it.
nah. I'm gonna have to get into spoilers. There's no way I can. And himself being enslaved and them being killed
Kuma's
in
backstory
front
was
of
great.
him with his father.
Kuma's backstory was so emotional, man. It was probably one of my favorite flashbacks, maybe a third or second best flashback. I have Robin above him, and maybe anyone else I can consider Nami. No, that was crazy. That was like at the beginning, so that made me more impactful than anything else. But maybe Nami, maybe like mostly Robin and Brooks' flashback was like everyone dying around him was kind of crazy, but I think just Robin. I think anything. I might have forgotten like a side story, like or a side character's backstory or something like that. But it is top five. That's for sure.
Being murdered in front of him, still trying to find the light and still holding on to the hope of that
Oh, Law's backstory was crazy too. Law and the guy, Big Baby Five. That was
legendary
crazy.
hero that will come to save them, and then
That was
trying
crazy.
to make a difference with the revolutionary.
That was very
But
nice.
even though I like Rob Lucci and Kaku, like their presence there, the amount of flip flopping I think was just
Yeah, that was the beginning of the whole Egghead arc was kind of nonsense. Like there was a lot of the Seraphims are pretty much useless right now because they're probably gonna be like a classing or like a stepping stone for the Straw Hats or some other characters here and there. But like the Miyok Seraphim S Hawk is gonna be a stepping stone for Zoro and stuff like that. But the Seraphims are not gonna be important until the end of the story. Lucci did not do shit. He just kind of his whole character was just for Vegapunk to say like the Luffy in Gear 5 and the Joy Boy and all this general the godlike figure is beyond anything we imagine. It's the god of laughter, god of god of sunshine, everything like that. Not sunshine. I forgot what the exact wording, but like he has powers, like just powers beyond imagination. Like it creates everything from imagination. That's kind of crazy.
a bit excessive. But in addition to their presence being there, there's also Kizaru. And Kizaru is a very interesting villain.
Yeah, he is. I love this guy. His connection to Vegapunk just kind of expanded Vegapunk's character and expanded his character. It's more like Garp and like Ace kind of thing, where like he didn't want to kill him, but he had like no choice. This is his job. He's trying to do his thing, job. But like he kind of like at the last minute, like after he killed Vegapunk, he kind of changed the whole opinion, changed the whole perspective and idea of the world government and everything. Like that is it really worth it? Is the job worth the suffering that he has to experience and stuff like that? Which is crazy.
Because prior to this, we'd always seen him as just like this callous,
Yeah,
uncaring, calm, cold bad guy. Like, do I need to kill him? Fine, I suppose it would be stimulating. I am a little bored. Here I
right.
go,
That's,
reluctantly
they didn't give a slow speaking because the pacing sucks.
killing for the sake of the government. And that's all you ever really got, so you're under the impression that he's just like this guy who will do pretty much everything and he won't feel anything. Just
Yeah, pretty much.
basically a heartless bad guy. Well, here we get a lot more fleshing out, a lot more backstory. It turns out he is actually somewhat intertwined deeply with Bonnie, Kuma,
Yeah, pretty much.
Vegapunk. So when he is tasked by Saturn to
Hello,
kill
buddy.
Vegapunk and
So today we're
Bonnie,
gonna be watching
he
One Super
really
Donchi,
doesn't want
super
to. You can
fan with
start to
10 super
see
haters.
emotion in this
So
character.
when
When he
we,
does ultimately kill Vegapunk, he is anything but happy. And it feels like
yeah,
there's almost
pretty
this
much.
sense of relief when
It's
Luffy
like
is able
everything built up to this moment, so of course it's gonna be impactful as hell. It's like one of those moments where like you see like um uh, Kuzan meeting with Robin and stuff like that because after all the shit he's done to Robin and just feeling emotional impact of that, like everything just felt natural. Everything felt good.
to actually overpower him. And he makes like the treasonous decision to feed Luffy when
Yeah,
Luffy was.
that was crazy.
We're starting to get these breadcrumbs to follow for what it all means and what
Hmm.
actually happened 900 years ago.
That was cool. That was the whole Vegapunk in space was amazing.
Did that with like
A lot of people hated it because there was a lot of the chapters were long as hell. There's a lot of chapters released about Vegapunk speech and it kind of said pretty much bullshit, but was still fun to check out everyone around the world, and it all connects together. It's just cool as speech.
I didn't see coming that are important characters, so it really does feel like we're reaching.
The whole middle portion of Egghead was the best. The Shanks, the Kobe, the um, what was that the Revolutionary Army, the everything else. Like everything was so damn good. I loved every single piece of it. Kuma's fastback especially, of course.
The end game here. I just
His
wanted to
end.
make a mention of that. No longer is that like a complaint I have with recent One.
Oh shit! I talk about the death. The death. He hasn't gotten to that point yet, but he's not gonna like. That's for sure.
Straw Hat crew. He can't even like kill them because he's only using his spider legs and nothing else.
Yeah, Static was used. The five ghosts should not have been all like tasked to come here because the whole impact and the whole like threat has been diminished because they haven't done shit throughout the whole arc. So it makes sense.
Stop a broadcast. Like they can't even
They
find
can't. They can't even stop it basically. Yeah.
all five show up and still can't succeed.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like they didn't do anything the whole
It
arc.
makes it seem like
Like the Norse Juror did some shit here and there, but like it wasn't really that impactful. It was just like, oh, he did something, he just gave him something to do, and then it seemed a little bit more impactful.
well, Luffy will probably end up just fucking dog walking them.
Yeah, pretty much.
Anything. They can't stop a broadcast the whole time now as we're entering like, the end.
Yeah,
I probably wouldn't have pushed through as hard.
yeah, it's tough. I respect most critical from going through all the experience. Like he hated the beginning that much that he just didn't want to watch it, and he just complained about it. But I understand that. That's fair. But like, getting through the whole chapter, getting through the whole series in general is emotional as hell. It's so peak. There's so much high highs. It's crazy. He's kind of you feel like you live in this journey. You live this experience. Like it's something you've ever experienced before. It's one of the greatest pieces of media of all time. I think you can actually, something I can actually say that is guaranteed. Like everyone, like if you're gonna enjoy it, you're gonna enjoy it. It's not gonna be a series where like, oh, okay, you can just skip over it. I think it'll be like something besides thing you can do. But this is your main focus, your main attention. You're gonna love this shit. It's gonna be so great. But yeah, that's my reaction. Hope you guys enjoyed. Like, subscribe, like, and share. And bye bye. See you.